Hello, I am Syed-Nawaz-Ahmad. Welcome to Syed-Nawas-Codes. Today we are going to learn about, we are going to get some introduction about ASP.NET Web Forms, ASP.NET MVC and ASP.NET Core MVC. Okay, first let us give some look on ASP.NET Web Forms. Okay, so ASP.NET Web Forms are web pages built on ASP.NET technology. It executes on server and generates output to the browser. It is compatible to any browser to any language supported by .NET Common Language Runtime. So it is flexible and allows us to create and add custom controls. We have lot of server-side controls in ASP.NET Code, ASP.NET to design the user interface. As well as we can create user controls, we can create custom controls in ASP.NET Web Forms. So we are using Visual Studio, so that is a integrated development environment. By using that, we can create ASP.NET Web Forms. So by that allows us to drag and drop server controls like command button, text boxes, radio button, check boxes to design the web forms. It also allows us set properties, events and methods. For example, for button control, you can right click event. For text box control, you can set some name property, text property. As well as for list box control, you can set list of items. Okay, like the same way you can set properties, and you can bind some events with each control. So click event with button control, selected index changed event with list box control, drop down list controls, and many things you can do with ASP.NET web forms. Okay, right. Now I show you how to create ASP.NET web forms. So I am using Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition. Click the Create New Project. Okay, so this is the language we want to use, and this is the environment, and this is the type of project category. So I am selecting the web category. So as I am selecting web category, I will find many options here to create the project. Okay, so here I am taking ASP.NET Web Application of .NET Framework category. Okay, so this is the web category. Will run on Windows platform. Okay, and I am using C# language. It can be hosted on cloud. Okay, so I am selecting this ASP.NET Web Forms .NET Framework. Give next. So my solution name is demo. My project name is Web Forms demo. Okay, create the. Okay, here I have to choose some templates. Okay, so empty template or Web Forms template, MVC template. Okay, if you choose empty template, you won't get any files, default files and folders over there. So even the first page itself, you need to create your one. Okay, now I am selecting web forms. In order to give some introduction about web forms, I am selecting the web forms. Okay, right. So after selecting web forms also, you can select the MVC option, but MVC option we will see later. So I am selecting web forms, give create. So along with this, we can have the support of HTTPS, as well as we can get Docker support, and we can create the unit test project for this web forms. But those are some additional items we will see in later sessions. Okay, select the web forms, create. Our project is getting created. So as I have selected web forms template, I will get some default folders and files over there. So they will have HTML code, they will have CSS code. Okay, yes, now my project is ready. See here, I am just explaining the folder structure. Right, so this is the web forms. So as I have selected web forms template, so the about.aspx, contact.aspx, default.aspx, these are the pages I will get by default. Okay, so along with these pages, we can add our additional pages according to the business requirement. Okay, here this web.config file is the configuration file. Here we will add the connection string information and other configuration related information. Okay, and site.master. Site.master is very important. So in site.master is the page. Whenever you are running any page here, the site.master will accommodate the page and it will produce the output. In site.master, we have a content placeholder tag. This is the ASP.NET tag, content placeholder tag. So by using this content placeholder, this about page and contact page and default page, they will render their content. Okay, see here, only the site.master will have the HTML tags. Okay, HTML heading slash heading, body slash body slash HTML, and this kind of tags only available on site.master. Okay, site.master is the placeholder, provides a space to all the content pages. You take the about.aspx, so here I will not find any tags like HTML slash HTML body slash body, so only ASP content and slash ASP content will be there. Okay, so whatever the content you are encoding here, those content will be pushed into the content placeholder. See here, content placeholder id equal to main content. Okay, so this content placeholder id main content will be available on site.master. See here, content placeholder id equal to main content, so that what I am doing, this HTML code will be inserted into the content placeholder of id equal to main content. Okay, just look at here. So I will have master page file page attribute. In this page attribute, the site.master has mentioned. Okay, so that it means this content will be pushed into the site.master. Like how you receive this site.master, you can have number of master pages according to the application. For example, if you are creating one application, so that comprises admin related modules as well as customer related modules or user related modules, you can have one master page for admin, and you can have another master page for user, and you can have another master page for customer. Okay, so master pages, you can have any number of master pages inside the application, but each pages you are adding here should have the master page file attribute, should point one of the master pages you are adding here. Okay, right. So web.config is the configuration, site.master is the placeholder for all the pages whatever you are creating. So when you are running your application, site.master will run along with the content of either any one of the page, about or content or default. Okay, so if you go inside the script, okay, there you can find bootstrap and jQuery files there, and if you go inside, some standard fonts and glyph icons will be there, and if you get into the content, you can find bootstrap theme over there and application start. So this is the important folder. So this contains some configuration file like bundle config, root config. So if you get into the root config file, okay, so register roots method will be there to register the roots. Okay, and application data is a folder to accommodate local databases. Suppose if you are using any small databases, you can place the databases file inside this. Okay, and references, if you expand the references, you can find all the packages and namespaces you are using for this application. Okay, for example, system.data, so this is required for establishing database, creating database related classes, for example dataset, and those kind of things you can create over here. And system.configuration, so this is system.configuration package or namespace is required for accessing the web.config file. Okay, as well as netons of JSON is used for doing serialization and deserialization. Okay, right. Like this, you can get number of namespaces and packages added by default. Okay, along with that, you can add some additional packages or namespaces according to your preferences and business requirement. Okay, so expand the properties. There you can find the assembly information. So assembly information.cs is the meta file. So based on the details you are giving here, so the assembly will be created. As this is the web application, the assembly file will be created in the form of DLL. Okay, run this application. So when I am running this web forms application, so it will run under the internal web server of Visual Studio IIS Express. So IIS Express is the internal web server of Visual Studio, and IIS can be added separately by using Windows features. So by using Windows features on and off, you can add the IIS server. Okay, so click the home, click the about, click the contact. So when you click home, default.ax plus aspx will be displayed. Okay, when you click about.aspx will be displayed. when you click contact.aspx will be displayed. Okay, right. So each file, the about.aspx as well as contact.aspx and default.aspx, they will have HTML content. Okay, HTML content and bootstrap classes. For example, you just look at here. So class jumbotron. So this is the bootstrap class. So that even though you are working on web forms and MVC and MVC.NET Core MVC, the knowledge of bootstrap is required. So to learn bootstrap, so W3 school is the best resource I am suggesting. So you can choose bootstrap 3 or bootstrap 4. So there you can have a lot of chapters over there. So you should have some good understanding about all the concepts of bootstrap. Okay, there you can learn a lot of classes, bootstrap classes. They are required for responsive website design. So this is the responsive website you have created for web forms category. So according to web forms, the main thing is we can use server side controls for designing the user interface. For example, so here you can find the design view and source view. Okay, so if you want to see both design view and source view at the same time, you can use the split view. Okay, right. Suppose I can add some text boxes here. You go to the standard controls. So there the text box control will be there. So it is an alphabetical list. So text box control you can find at the last. Okay, just to save this. So you receive text box control. Like the same way, suppose if you want any file upload control, you can double click the file upload control so that ASP, ASP tag entry will be added here. Okay, as well as the control server control will be added on page. Okay, so if you delete the control here, automatically the code will be relieved. Okay, so right. So if you delete the control, code will be removed. If you add the control, code will be created automatically. There are two ways. One is you can drag them. So just drag and drop the control here, save the file. You can get the drop down list here. Okay, as well as another way is you can directly add here. For example, label control. For example, table control. For example, text box control. So simply by drawing drag and drop option, you can add server side controls here, as well as you can add button control here. So after adding the button control, we can start writing event for that button on click. But there is some set of standard practices and rules are there. So before writing events, you have to give proper names to the server side controls. For example, for text box controls, you have to give the name txt username or txt customer name or txt test name. For button, btn click, btn register, btn save. Label, lbl acknowledgement, lbl message, and drop down list, ddl city, ddl source, ddl destination, ddl qualification. Like that you should follow some steps over there. Okay, right. So ASP.NET Web Forms is the separate line. So if you want to learn ASP.NET Web Forms, this playlist and this tutorial won't help you, but just I am giving introduction here about web forms. Okay, right. Thanks for watching. So in next video we will see about ASP.NET MVC. Thank you.